I'm Taylor McGregor, a field reporter for Marquee Sports Network covering the Chicago Cubs. And this is Ron Tostenson, a national cross-checker for the Chicago Cubs. A huge part of what Gallagher does is risk management, and I'm sure there's a lot of risk involved in terms of your job and deciding who to select where. How would you describe how you calculate those risks?
Well, usually if you're comparing a high school player to a college player, there's probably a little more risk involved in taking the high school player, but there could be more upside with that player. And with a college player, we have 3 years of watching him, scouting him, their freshman, sophomore, and junior year, and a lot of those players we've seen in the summertime. So we might have logged 50, 60 at-bats with those players over a course of 3 years, if you talk about a hitter. Or a high school player, you see him as a senior, you see him in the summertime, and there's a little more risk involved because you might not know the player as well. I would think the biggest thing, if you're talking about risk-reward, would probably be comparing the high school player towards the college player.
What has it meant to you to be a part of the Cubs organization the past 13 years, including the World Series in 2016?
Well, since I started with the Cubs, they've really had a great culture, and that starts at the top with ownership, with the Ricketts, down through back in the day with Theo and Jed with the World Series teams, and now with Carter with the current group. But it's very family-oriented. We're in a hotel room more than half the year, and a lot of the scouts that I work with and against, we have that in common, and they're like my brothers in baseball, and that's something we lean on each other. But once you get to the point where you do win the World Series, it's just all of that time away from your family, all the work that's involved, all the people you work with. It's very, it's just such a great experience. And I'm very fortunate to have 3 rings. I've been doing this for 34 years, and there's some people that are in the game for 30, 40 years that don't have any World Series rings. So I'm very blessed and very fortunate to work with the people that I have.